DJ, on the brink of bypassing all the brilliant numbers that Marshall talked about, did you ever think your career would get to this point?
Honestly, I never thought I'd be in this situation. I came in at 154 pounds, and I just came ready to work, and everything's just been in the right place for me. And the coach just put me in the perfect situations.
Where have you changed the most as a running back or grown the most under Rocky?
I feel like I've grown a lot under Rocky Long and as well as Coach Horton. Just at practice, they push me and the other running backs as well, and they're able to make me the running back I am now today.
Why was it such an easy decision for you to come back for your senior year?
I've always known I was going to come back. I've always talked about graduating with my parents, and my older brother graduated as well. And I also I committed to being here for 4 years, and I told the coaches that when they first recruited me, and that's been a big part for me, being here for 4 years.
And I'm sure it made it a little easier knowing you have the chance to break these school records. Did that play into it at all as well?
I mean, that was a big role, as well as knowing that we have a great team coming back, and it could be a special year, and I know that if everything goes right, we can hopefully win another conference championship, and that's our ultimate goal this season.
You go from, early in the season you have the ankle sprain, and we all think you're going to be out for a week or several. What was that? How did that week end up going as far as you have an injury and then all of a sudden you're back playing to what's like 100%?
I mean, when I sprained my ankle, I thought it was pretty bad. And then my uncle, he knows a couple guys that works for like a muscle activation technique, and that kind of healed me really fast. And now, like, whenever like I hurt that ankle, it only hurt for maybe 5 minutes, and then it'll go right away. And I've been seeing him a lot, and as well as our trainers. Our trainers, they do a good job with all the players, and they keep us in the perfect shape and in the perfect health, and that's played a great part for me.
Do you know anything about the science of the muscle activation treatment?
I mean, I've watched a couple videos on it, and every time I go to my little sessions, he tells me different things about it, and it's really crazy. Like when I sprained my ankle, like I literally watched all the swelling go down as he's like working my ankle.
But it's just hands-on kind of manipulation. It's not like a.
Yeah, it's all like hand placement and just like resistance type of stuff.
And do you do that regularly now, DJ, just to maintain it?
Maybe once a week.
How do you hold up to the wear and tear of being a heavy-duty back and taking as much punishment as backs take?
Well, honestly, our offensive line and our fullback, they do a great job in holding on to their blocks, and I'm able to make guys miss in space, and hopefully I try not to let guys get a big hit on me and square up on me, if that makes sense.
Whenever the coaches talk about, when you first arrived, they always say, we knew he was fast. We're just surprised that he could run between the tackles like you did. And, obviously in high school they recruit off of that, and there's a lot of clips of you just running around people. You don't have to go to the tackles, you just ran around people. Did you know that you would be as good as you were in terms of understanding schemes and how to run off blocks between the tackles?
Well, I feel like it came more natural to me because we ran a similar offense in high school, and with Coach Koo being the play caller, and now he's the assistant coach underneath Coach Horton, so all the play calls are really similar, and I've always felt like I've been able to run between the tackles, and that's been a big part of my game because I'm able to get through the holes a lot faster than a lot of big backs are, and that's helped me a lot.
What do you think?
Where have you improved the most over the 4 years?
Honestly, I'd say my receiving game. I've worked a lot in the offseason on route running and catching the ball out front with my hands. Because last season I seen that I was catching the ball with my body, because the first game of the season I tore a ligament in my thumb. But now this season, hopefully, my game will be a lot better than the receiving game.
DJ, a lot's made of Rocky being, quote, old school. What's it like to play for him?
I actually love playing for him. He's a hard-nosed coach. He loves the toughness, and playing for him, you can't be soft, and you can't be a selfish player.
This team, they've got a lot of running backs on the depth chart. They've got all sorts of things that could make them successful. So was there ever a part of you that said, even though you wanted to keep that 4-year commitment, to say, yeah, they need me, but they can also succeed without me, so maybe it's my time to step out the door.
Honestly, I feel like we have a lot of great running backs here, and Coach Horton's been a big part of that success. And honestly, I just wanted to be a leader to these guys, and because I know Rashad Penny, he'll be the next back, probably so, and Jawan Washington upcoming, and we just recruited Chase Jasmine, and so I mean, hopefully this will be just a great year for all the running backs.
What was it like to see this thing turn and win 10 in a row last year?
Oh, it meant a lot because, I mean, no one likes starting slow and losing 3 games. And we know that if we start fast this season, then it could be a special year and a possible undefeated season.
What are your expectations for the season?
Well, our ultimate goal is obviously a conference championship, but we're really looking forward to the first game of the season, and we know that we can't go past any other team because last season or 2 years ago, my freshman year against Eastern Illinois, we looked past those guys and they came out ready. And I know they have an NFL quarterback, but they smacked us right in the mouth.
How do you avoid looking ahead to Cal?
Honestly, we're not really looking forward to Cal right now. It's all New Hampshire, and we're looking forward to watching film on them and just getting ready for camp. And we know that New Hampshire, they're a pretty good team, and we know that they make the playoffs in their division, so can't really look past those guys.
When you were on the sidelines, what were your memories of Marshall Falk?
Just watching him put on a show on that turf and watching him spin and make guys miss, and I seen that he's a great receiver out of the out the backfield, and I try to do stuff like he does.
What would it mean to be replacing him atop the list?
I mean, I wouldn't even say that I replace him on top of the list because he was only here for 3 years, and to have those incredible stats in 3 years is just unreal. And he's a Hall of Famer, and it's just a blessing and honor to even have my name beside his.
Do you feel pressure at all to break this record? Are you kind of hoping to get it done quickly so that attention's off of it?
I mean, honestly, I would love to get it done quickly, hopefully the first game, but, I mean, it's not really a pressure for me because I've just tried to stay consistent.
Do you ever think about maybe the play when it happens, whether it's late in the game against Cal at home, maybe it's on the road, or maybe how you might celebrate, or who you might point to? Or?
Honestly, I haven't even thought about those things because I know in the Poinsettia Bowl when I broke that record, it was just shocking. Like, I didn't even know what to do, and like it was during a drive, so we had a whole nother play to go, and it's just.
You made a mention about an undefeated season. What do you think of the possibility of making that happen and maybe San Diego State kind of shaking up, the college football world if you guys actually?
I mean, I feel like if we go undefeated, then it will help our program a lot, and it'll give us a lot of national recognition. And I feel like we deserve that type of recognition because we have we play great, I feel like. And we're one of the toughest teams in the nation.
You guys have won at Boise on the blue turf. You dominated the conference. Do you think the Aztecs are becoming Boise State?
No, I feel like the Aztecs are becoming San Diego State football. I wouldn't say we're Boise because, they're a tradition of their own, and we're our own tradition, and we're a different type of team than they are.
You mentioned like being a leader of the running backs. Just what are your kind of expectations for guys like Rashad? I know he made his name doing kick returns and all that, but as a running back, how do you think he'll do? And a guy like Jawan Washington, like nobody has seen him on the field yet, really. What are your kind of expectations for them, and how do you feel you can help them, play at a high level?
I have high expectations for Rashad Penny and Jawan as well. I feel like Rashad Penny, he can be that guy that Chase Price was last year, and Jawan, he's going to be the guy that Rashad Penny was last year, and coming in motion, getting jet sweeps, and blocking off the edge, and hopefully he can help with our return game as well. And I just whenever they ask me questions about how I run, I try to give them little notes and help them out, and I do the same thing as well.
Can he keep up with you, Jawan? Is he that fast?
Yeah, he's actually really fast, but Coach Hall's got him up to 190 now, so he can't beat me.
You were talking about Eastern Illinois, slow start last year. You guys doing anything different to not have a slow start this year?
Honestly, we just try to keep the tempo up in practice, and honestly, we just try to execute everything. And like that year, I feel like we just didn't gel together at that point in time, and we were just looking forward to the other games, like the big games ahead of us, and you can't really do that.
What are you doing different this year?
Just the senior leadership's just keeping guys together and making everyone's only thinking about one game at a time, honestly.
When you guys practice against your defense, or you're on the sidelines and watch them do what they do on the field, or you see the video, are you amazed at what they've accomplished? Because they put up some amazing national numbers last season.
Oh yeah, our defense is amazing, and Coach Long is just a genius. Like, he literally just asks the personnel, and he just calls the play out right then and there. And just seeing guys fly around from different spots, it's crazy. And just to be able to practice against that, I feel like that betters myself as well as the other running backs, because they're coming from other places, and I'm able to, like, it helps my vision a lot, because I'm able to get through the holes, and it's just, their defense is really good.
The coaches poll came out yesterday. You guys were in the top 25. Do you think you guys deserve to be a preseason top 25 pick?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's preseason. We haven't played a game this season, and we're getting all this recognition based off of last year, and we're just honestly looking forward to camp and looking forward to the season.
Do you feel more famous ever since that?
Honestly, no. I mean, I'm the same guy. I don't feel no different.
And DJ, with all this success and all these accolades and all this attention, are you kind of, and I know Coach Long has that game-by-game mentality, are you letting it all that get to your head, or are you trying to keep that game-by-game mentality?
Oh, definitely, it's a game-by-game mentality. I can't really preach about all the accolades and stuff. I just put that behind me and next game forward.
You mentioned how important, having seniors are with yourself. The offensive line, you guys have 3 seniors, and then now Brunskill's going to move over to right tackle, and he's another senior. How's that feel just for you, knowing that you guys kind of grew up together in the program, now they're going to be blocking for you?
It's actually really exciting, especially with Brunskill going from tight, because I mean, he was probably the best tight end in the whole conference, and now him moving to tackle, that just shows what type of guy he is, and I feel like he'll help us a lot, especially with replacing Pierce Slater and Darrell Green, and we have a lot of young guys as well that can come up and play as well.
Like the last spot that's kind of open is the right guard spot. Do you have any thoughts on, obviously there's Rosales, there's other guys that are competing, any guys you'd like to, run behind?
I mean, I honestly like to run behind whoever's out there, and I see the work that the offensive line's putting in the offseason, and I know those guys will be ready when the time comes.
With all the accolades, does Heisman ever cross your mind?
Oh, yeah, it definitely crosses my mind. I mean, I always dreamed about just being a Heisman, just playing the video games and trying to win the Heisman on there. And it's just honestly crazy just to have my name up there with the best of the best.
A lot of people talk about the toughness you have on the field, but you're the good guy off of it. Have you always been able to switch the switch like that, or do you think being in this program that's known for being tough has helped you gain an edge as well?
Honestly, when I'm on the field, that's just my mentality, because I know I'm one of the smallest guys, and I just play with a chip on my shoulder and just have to let guys know that I'm here.
What has your interaction with Marshall been like so far, and are you kind of hoping to get to talk to him a little bit before this season starts, just given what you're about to accomplish?
Oh, definitely. We're actually trying to set up an interview with Marshall so that, I mean, I could get a couple questions in so he can help my game out and just give me a little bit of advice about the upcoming season.
So have you had much interaction with him up until this point?
Actually, I haven't. The last time I spoke to Marshall was the conference championship, and that was just before the game, because I was nervous and stuff, and he seen that, and he just told me to play my game.
What would you most like to know from him?
How do you do it? Like, honestly, I just wanted to know, like, his different perspectives of the game and running back, to be honest, and how when he's watching film, what is he looking for on the defense?
Is it weird sometimes if you're watching an NFL game and you see him sitting there at the desk with the other guys? Is it kind of weird to think that that's the guy that I'm being associated with?
Honestly, I think about it all the time. Just Marshall Falk, just having my name there, it's just really crazy to me. And just seeing him on television, it just boosts me up a little bit more.